One is the web form view engine. The other one is Razor View engine. Already you are familiar about ASPX. So here web form view engine will come under ASPX. And maybe it is C# or maybe it is VB.NET. The internal code functionality will change because here there is no ASPX.cs file and ASPX.vb file. The only file is either .cs or .vb only. Okay, because these are all the class files. Already you know the controller will come under classes, right? So if it is ASP.NET with C#, only CS file will come. If it is ASP.NET with VB.NET, only VB. There is no ASPX.cs and ASPX.vb. Okay. So view design is in ASPX and code is in a class. That we should remember. And here, when you are going to go for a Razor View engine, the default the file will be going to change. If it is selected C#, CS HTML. If it is VB.NET, VB HTML. So here there is no identification of ASPX. But whereas here CS HTML and VB HTML, the front end view design should come. And whereas here same class files will be either CS or VB. Okay. So whenever we are going to create all the controllers and all, we need to create our own folder in a Solution Explorer. So whereas here we can select empty. Now this is Razor View engine. And once we click on OK, it is going to create an empty template. Okay. And in the views, it's not having any index pages and all, only shared layout page and the controllers. I click on this one, add new item. Here we can select MVC controller. So in this particular class, either you want the MVC3 controller class. Here it is showing default one controller. So what we have to give, so home controller. Click on add. Now we can create the same type of folder in a view also. By default,
MVC3 and MVC4 are same. I mean, you are teaching us MVC3, right?
No. One by one we have to. Whatever concepts that are basics, that will come here. And whatever the advanced concepts that will not going to support it in MVC3 editor, so we can update to MVC4.
Okay.
So whereas here in the view, right click on it, add. Here we can create a view, or else we have already index. Right click on the index, add the view. Automatically it is going to display the index name. Once we click on add it, it will going to create the home. What is the name we have given? Home controller. Now the same name it creates here as home folder. Under this home folder index.cshtml. So this name is going to match up with this name. Already know that. Now the difference between an ASPX and Razor, always we need to remember whatever the business logic we are supposed to write in the Razor view engine, the business logic should write with the help of @. So this is for Razor syntax. Razor syntax, and if it is web, it is for web form. Less than percentile. Already we know this is a server type, hence with the same. Now if you're going to create any logic over here, we need to create some methods in the view, and we can call from the controller to the view. This is the index.html. In this index.html, we can create a CF @symbol on this. So we can write @ open. Whatever the business logic we need to write. Once we press enter, it is considered as open tag and it is considered as closing tag. In between that, whatever we need it, we can write here. Say for example, address details, string name equal to string email ID and the string phone number. Something like this. Now, in order to display these details and all, we can press here H1, H2, H3 like headers, and there whatever the fields over here that we can display profile detail. Profile detail is just like message. Under this particular profile details, the name. So here, content, this break tag, name. Now this is the data. Now what we have to do, wherever we need to display that @. Now the field name we can assign over here. Email ID @email ID. Now phone number. So it is showing earlier green color icon. That means we just created this. Here, name and mail ID we created and we used here. But whereas the phone number we created but we never used. So it's showing a warning in green color. Phone number is assigned but its value is never used. And here in a commenting, @ and * for a comment that line. Now we remove it. Now that the green color icon is removed. So they we created and as well as we display the details also. So now the execution will be starts always from the index. Now I will run it. By default, if you are mentioned or if you are not mentioned, it is going to pointing to the index. So profile details. What we have: a name, Shruti, mail ID, phone number. So now we can go to here. So profile details, name, email ID, phone number. So now we need to protect this data in the form of a table. Already we know the HTML syntax table and tabular heading TH. Sorry. How many headings we need it? Name, email ID, phone number. So now here one row, the row inside table heading. So how many? 3. This is first heading, second, third. So now here this is a name. So now we can cut here, and this is the first heading, and the second heading email ID, and the third one phone number. And the first row is over. Now we need to display the data. So in order to display the data, we have another row, and this row has how many columns we have, that many number of tabular cells we need it. So first TD, second TD, and third TD. Now we can display, this is a name, and this is email ID, and this is the phone number. So now table is open and table is closed. And we need to display, if you want this one in another row, before of this we can assign a row with this. And all the columns will be matched. Totally 3 columns. So now the difference between the previous output and the current output, save it. If you want any style, style equal to border. So it is going to display this box, and we need to display all the lines, left, right, and left. So we can have the same type of sign for rows. Each and every individual things, if you need it, we can apply, or else enter the table we want, we can assign for total table. Simply one field. So how we can customize one row and only the root row, all the things we can understand. One second. Okay. So now this is going to display all the rows, and one is the root, and the other one is each and every rows. And we need to apply the font family. For this separately, we can write style equal to already font family, font size, lot. This is inline style, and then we can write internal style as well. This is the row, medium. And the profile details should be make it at center. So like this, we can customize as per our requirement. So in what way they need to display our data, everything will become under sources. So now the HTML and HTML5 will be going to use more in view engine. Why? Because here we are using, go to the toolbox, there is no controls will come. Only the controls, whatever we are going to supposed to create, pure HTML. So we cannot use any ASP.NET controls, drag and drops and all. So the complete customization we can apply. If you want to write any looping statements or if statements and all, always we can write with the same syntax. The same, if you need to apply the web form engine, then we can say here, instead of this @ symbol, here we can write less than percentile, percentile greater than. Less than percentile and percentile greater than. It is not recognized because it is a razor view engine. In web form view engine, same thing we can use. Now here, every open tag should have a closing tag. But whereas here, only open tag, that is @. You cannot apply any closing tags over here. So that number of the statements, whatever we can write, we can easily to customize here, and open tag, closing tag matching, and it is not matching. Such type of errors also should not raise in a razor view engine. Now, if you want to display a multiplication table or anything, we can write for loops and all here. Here we can repeat the table and data. Now inside this, what we can do, we have to write a for loop. So in order to write the for loop, @ symbol, for just to press 2 times tab. Once we press 2 times tab, it is going to write the syntax of for loop. For int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Now we need to show the value @. We need to print these values in output. So the value will be high, and which will be start from 1, and this is again multiplied with star, and 10 equal to 1. So 1 into 10, next 10 ones, right? This we can write before.